You know what's super sexy? Your growth mindset. It doesn't just look good on you, like it looks good on everybody. So let's have a little growth mindset moment and talk about how we can cultivate more of it. Yes? We should just roll with that. Let's do it. Welcome back, bosses. Last week we talked about a fixed mindset and what that looks like and what that means. It's not a very fun, sexy topic, so we need to talk about a growth mindset because it's way more better, way sexier, way more fun to talk about. I want to talk about what it is, some examples of it to hopefully inspire you to cultivate more. I'm Tara Wagner, breakthrough coach and lifelong entrepreneur. I help my fellow entrepreneurs to crush their goals, not their soul, by mastering their mindset and the skills necessary to get them there. If that sounds like your jam, be sure to hit that thumbs up button and check out the other videos on my channel as well. Also check out my free 5-day Get Out of Your Own Way challenge, link below. What is a growth mindset? A growth mindset is the belief that character traits, talents, skill, and so on are capable of being developed or growing and expanding with the right kind of attention, effort, and strategies. It also applies to resources, opportunities, circumstances. It's the belief that things can change, they can grow, they can get better when they're approached in the right ways. A growth mindset doesn't say things are good or easy or that they should be good or easy. That's actually a fixed mindset that does that. A growth mindset just says that things can be figured out and become better and easier as we go. Where a fixed mindset sees limitations, a growth mindset sees potential. And just as most people have a fixed mindset in at least one area, most people also have a growth mindset in at least one area as well. And the more you can cultivate that growth mindset in all areas, the more you reach your goals, create a life that fulfills you, and ultimately enjoy your life. Just like with a fixed mindset, it tends to be a self-fulfilling prophecy. So let's look at some of the examples of a growth mindset, starting again with the stories we tell about ourselves. Instead of, I'm just not good at that, we might say something like, I've yet to learn that, or I could learn this. Instead of, it takes a lot of luck to be successful, it takes a concentrated and deliberate effort to succeed, and I can develop that. Instead of, I'll never get good, I can figure this out, why not? Instead of, life is just unfair, it's more like, life can be messy, but it can also be good. Instead of, this is too hard, it's, I'm still learning this. Instead of, I can't do it, what else can I try? Instead of, I'll never get there, I'm getting better and better at this. Instead of, I shouldn't have to try this hard, it's, this is a fun challenge. Instead of, it's not okay to fail, it might be, you win some, you lose some, and you'll learn from every experience. These statements empower us. They remind us that we have the capability if we so choose, and they encourage us to make decisions based on what will serve us in the long run, not just look good in the short term. So now let's look at some examples of a growth mindset through the stories that we tell about other people. Instead of things like, they just got lucky, we might say something like, they were well prepared for this opportunity. Or they weren't just born into the right family, their family worked hard to provide those opportunities, and I hope to do the same thing. Instead of, they probably lied, cheated, or stole, it might be, their success is an inspiration to me. How can I do this? Rather than, she was just born with it, it's, everybody puts in time to get good at some point. It's not, it comes naturally to them, it's, they're now at the point where it seems natural to them. Not because they're attractive, but because they're committed, they're dedicated, they're resilient. Not because they're so smart, but they've really learned a lot. And instead of, I can't believe they failed or messed up or they did that, it's, everyone encounters challenges. Everyone makes mistakes of some kind. What can I learn from theirs? These statements respect, congratulate, and strive to take inspiration and learning from other people's successes, strengths, opportunities, or even flops. A growth mindset doesn't compare or criticize, it encourages and uplifts. When it comes to the emotions, a growth mindset can still experience emotional highs and lows. They can still get discouraged, they can still get frustrated or feel the unwanted emotions that a fixed mindset does. The difference is how long they stay with those emotions and what they do as a result of them. Their stories and their actions from it tend to lead to emotions of hope, of personal pride, of motivation, openness, greater optimism, contentment, fulfillment, and over time, a deep sense of happiness that comes from a life well lived. These stories and these emotions lead people with a growth mindset to act cooperatively and to help other people more. They encourage others as well as encouraging themselves. They enjoy and trust the process and take pleasure in the day-to-day. If you have a growth mindset, you're more likely to give more praise than you require, and you're more likely to take deliberate and consistent action. You'll make peace with your mistakes and you'll use them to help you improve next time, which means over time, you end up making fewer mistakes. You're also more likely to try new things and take calculated risks when it's right to do so. And you carefully assess all of your ideas and prioritize them according to what's realistic or what you're ready for. You're more likely to stick with projects, to stick with goals or tasks for longer, even when they're hard, because you know you're learning and challenging yourself. And you keep trying when the first strategy doesn't work out. This means that you see things through to the end versus having a dozen unfinished plans. And you're more likely to ask for help and get the support that you need to be happy and successful. Examples of a growth mindset in relationships include things like encouraging your partner or your children or your team members in their goals. Not telling them that it'll be easy, but telling them that they're capable and helping them develop what they need to be successful. It means saying thank you when you're complimented and just enjoying the moment of a win. It means giving and receiving support freely and without judgment, not thinking they should already have this or they shouldn't need this, but if they're asking for this, that means they need more support in this area. It also means understanding that people will make mistakes and being able to forgive them appropriately. And you're more likely to communicate openly and easily about your needs instead of expecting them to know what you need. Examples of a growth mindset when it comes to your goals might mean using pep talk style affirmations that don't just hype you up so you feel good, but really encourage you to learn and grow and do good. It likely means setting goals that stretch you outside of your comfort zone when you're ready for that. Goals that you might not succeed in, but that you're excited to challenge yourself with anyway. Or it might mean setting small goals if that's what's called for in that situation, or if that's what will help you make the most progress in the long run. It most definitely means celebrating the wins and the progress you're making all along the way, as well as being proactive about potential obstacles and focusing on new solutions to problems encountered versus focusing on the problem themselves. This means you're taking problems in a healthy stride. You're remembering that they're natural, that they're not a reflection of you or what you're capable of, but they're just another opportunity to sharpen your skills and your mindset and get better at what you're doing. All of this means you're focusing more on the process, the learning, the growth, the wins, rather than the outcome. Examples of a growth mindset in business include things like working to develop your weaknesses as well as your strengths, because you know that your weaknesses will be your downfall if you ignore them. It means doing work that aligns with your own long-term vision and goals and values, even when it's not sexy or popular. It means not taking those vanity goals so seriously, using them as a means of learning and developing your skills and not as a reflection of your personal value. You're also going to be more likely to hire people with a desire to see them grow and expand, not with a desire for them to fix all of your problems. And you're going to have realistic expectations of the people that you work with or for, respecting their perspectives, their needs, and their ideas. This keeps you open and listening to negative feedback, comments, or complaints for healthy ways to improve. It also means that you're open to gaining insight or answers from other people, but only to help you make better decisions for yourself and never assuming that they have all the answers or can fix your problems. If you've got a growth mindset, you also know that there's something to learn from every course, every coach, every book, every YouTube video, every blog post, every retreat, every seminar, every person you encounter, but that only you will determine your success in the end. You're more likely to get inspired by the success of other people, and that means you're gonna immerse yourself in environments, conversations, and communities that encourage you in your goals and in your values, not just in keeping up with the Joneses. If listening to this list encouraged you or inspired you, there's a good chance you have a growth mindset already in at least one area. But if it discouraged you or it brought up all kinds of resistance or shoulds or yeah buts, that might be a sign of a fixed mindset lurking beneath the surface. Like I mentioned in the last video, it's not always fun or sexy to look at these things in ourselves, but it is necessary because again, how we view the world becomes how we live in it. If you want to cultivate a growth mindset and a life and business you're proud of, I highly recommend you get the book Mindset by Carol Dweck. Consider subscribing to this channel, especially if you're an entrepreneur. And if you want more support in crushing your goals, not your soul, check out the other links and resources I offer below, as well as the rest of the videos on my channel. Fist bump in the comments if you made it to the end of this one. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.